Hey, it's Dirty Thursday on GFBS. Other half of the Bullring Boys, Chad Hoff, not in the studio today. He's having another procedure done. But Amanda Jo Enright is. We're talking lightning sprints today. A couple of lightning sprint pilots in the studio. Paul Ericson and Wesley Van Drunen. We'll be talking to them in just a couple of minutes. Show, by the way, brought to you by your auto equipment experts. For all of your car equipment needs, check out Auto Equipment Experts right here in Grand Forks. They're an AC Delco distributor for auto parts and so much more. You know, Auto Equipment Experts also sell and service all major brands of tire machines, wheel balancers, hoists, air compressors, and anything you need to stock your shop, or for all you weekend warriors, your garage too. Locally and employee owned. Check them out. Auto Equipment Experts, 5036 10th Avenue South and North in Grand Forks. Or you can call 701-757-2500 or go to autoequipmentexperts.com. Auto Equipment Experts, open Monday through Friday from 8 to 5. Have any questions or comments for anybody in the studio today? Hey, feel free to call or text, all right? Our number, 701-213-0863. Again, 701-213-0863. Well, before we get too much further into the show, you know we got to do it. Time for our daily segment called Jokes My Neighbor Tells Me. Here we go, Jokes My Neighbor Tells Me. You know, people say 60 is the new 40. 60 is the new 40, right? Well, the cop that pulled me over yesterday, he did not agree with that at all. What'd you think of that one, Katie? Thumb up or thumb down? Yeah, it gives me the wiggle. Yeah, you never know. That's not a good one. First off, Amanda Jo, thanks for coming back in again today.
No problem.
You know, you do so much for us here. All I do is send you a text and say, can you swing it? And you just never say no.
No, usually you do it in like less than 24 hours.
I know. Well, that's because Chad never lets me know within less than 24 hours. And if it wouldn't have been for a group text that Paul, the producer, had sent last night, I would have never even known Chad wasn't going to be here today. Oh. So it was actually a little quicker notice than I normally give you.
Yeah, that's true. That's true. It was like yesterday afternoon.
Well, I'm glad you're here.
Well, I'm glad to be here.
And you know a lot about these guys.
Yeah, I do.
Way more than I do.
I could share some fun stories on these two.
Oh, good. I can't wait. To my left, Paul Erickson. How are you, Paul?
I'm doing pretty good. How are you?
Good. What I'm going to do is I'm going to talk to you for a minute, then I'm going to go to you, and then we're going to get going here. But tell us a little bit about yourself.
Well, I guess I was born here in Grand Forks. I went to Red River for high school. I work now as a Mac Tools distributor, working for Bo Abbey and Abco Tools. This is my first full year in the lightning sprint, so it was a lot of fun this year.
And you were a Marine.
I was. Yep, I did 6 years in the Marine Reserves.
Oh, thank you very much for what you do.
It. Thank you.
You race go-karts too.
I do. Yeah, I have one of the Yamaha two-strokes. Mm-hmm. I've done that now for about 2 years. So yeah.
You just couldn't stop at the go-karts, could you?
No. So the guy that sold me this car, Brody Hutton, he's a good friend of mine. He posted it on Facebook that he had the car for sale, and I knew I kind of wanted to move up into a bigger car. And when I saw this one and the opportunity was there, I had to jump for it.
Sure. And then we go across Wesley Van Drunen. How are you, man?
Not too bad. How about you?
Good. Now, you're actually from Canada.
Yes, sir.
And let's see, Fort Frances, Ontario.
Yeah, we grew up in a little town just outside of Fort Frances, actually, Devlin, Ontario.
Okay. I know the area because when I was a kid, my uncle had a resort in Nestor Falls, which I know is pretty close there.
Yep.
And I know that area, well, I used to pretty good, but boy, it's beautiful up there.
Oh, yeah.
How long have you been in the States?
We've been in the States since 98. We've been down here. My dad kind of traced his racing career down into Iowa, and we went from there.
Wow. So your dad was a racer?
Oh, yes, in the lightning sprints, yep.
Okay.
He's got track records down there in Iowa. He's got write-ups about the fastest car down there.
Wow.
So we chased it everywhere we went.
Yeah, is he still running them all at all, or?
He's going to kick me in the butt for this. He wasn't going to tell anybody, but we actually stopped working on my car and put his car together for coming out of retirement this year.
Oh, look at that.
Wow. This should be fun, father-son.
Oh, he will put the car in places that you won't dare to put your car, and he'll scare you
Really?
unlimited. Oh, he won't let off.
So, is there going to be some good competition, father-son thing going on there? Is he going to kick your ass? You going to kick his ass? Are you going to fight or anything?
The last time I raced against him, we were out in Devil's Lake, and I can say this: I won't get near him. He will put me upside down. And
Really?
Yep. Yeah. He ain't scared to do that.
No fatherly love involved in this one, is there?
No. He supports me very much. He came out of retirement to work on my car this last summer and helped me out a lot. But I knew that was kind of the deal. My mom was pushing him to get back over here, and it hooked him again. So now he's got to come race with us.
Lightning sprints have always been one of my favorite classes. And it all goes from way back when it was kind of a jumbled up mess. I mean, you had guys running snowmobile motors, you had guys running motorcycle motors. What I liked about it, because I grew up, when I started racing was ice oval snowmobiles. And I could close my eyes and listen to the lightning sprints go around the track. And it was just like being at a snowmobile race. It's not that way anymore. Some of the old timers, you'll hear them, I can't stand those things because of the sound they make, and they're not the same anymore. Everybody's running like the GSXR motors and the whatever they are, but all motorcycle stuff now. But it's great to see this class growing. I know they've done so much. You got the big shootout again coming up this year, hopefully, and it's going to be a lot of fun. Speaking of this, have any of you guys been catching any of the Tulsa shootout or any of that stuff?
I kind of had it on a little bit yesterday at work, but unfortunately, it's on during the day.
Yeah.
I watched it all day. I had it on.
Oh, did
the
you?
entire
Yeah.
day.
See Kyle Larson drop the F-bomb, or Kyle,
No, Kyle
Busch drop the
Busch.
Yeah.
F-bomb?
Why do they make such a big deal about that? Because in dirt track racing, we don't care.
No.
It's
no.
those.
It's the Kyle Busch haters.
It's the Kyle Busch haters.
Yeah,
out there.
yeah, and I don't like him, but I thought it was a good interview.
Speaking of him, did you hear that he's not going to have a M&M car next year?
That's what I heard.
Yeah.
That's what boy, they've been with him for a long time.
Mars, they're no longer sponsoring him.
Wow. I know, talking about the Tulsa shootout, 3 races have been on my bucket list since I can remember. Daytona 500, I do want to see a NASCAR race. I figured that'd be the best one. I want to go to the Chili Bowl, and I want to go to the Knoxville Nationals. I have not been to the Knoxville Nationals. So the Chili Bowl, what's that start next week?
Yep.
I
Is
think.
it end of next week?
Yeah.
Or do they have a week off in between?
So it'll be right after the first. It'll
Yeah.
be like 3 days or something after.
I think
the
it starts on
first.
like Wednesday too.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Well, they have like 9,000 heats,
Oh,
Yeah, last year
They have
had
like
all the
a
way down to
W main.
Yeah, last year there was an N main or an
Yeah.
O main
Yeah.
or something like that.
Well, like for Tulsa
holy-
here, there's what 1,700 cars.
Yeah, just
Checked
under
Wow, that's crazy.
Well, what did they run yesterday?
118 heats,
Was it 118 heats they ran?
something like that.
Yeah, because Sexton, I saw his post at like 8 o'clock in the
He
morning.
was in the first heat of the very first heat of the day.
Yeah, and they were getting ready to push out
Yeah.
at like 8 o'clock in the morning.
And Grant pulled off a second place in that one.
Yeah, that's good.
Yep.
Moving on. You guys ever think about doing something like that?
That's okay. So you were talking about goals of races to go to. I have 2 goals that I want to do for actually racing. I want to race either in the Chili Bowl or I want to race a 410 with the Outlaws.
Oh boy.
Like I want to do it before.
Yeah?
I want to do it.
You're already stealing my questions for later on. What about you?
If they bring back the 1000s down there, I'll put a car together and go down. It'd be fun. I think that indoor thing is a fast-paced thing, and it's fun to do.
Wow. A couple of texts here. Joshua Johnson says, let the guy be human once in a while. LOL. Well, no, we're all agreeing with you. Thanks to our Canadian friends for watching. By the way, they're watching too. And I'm still pissed about the World Junior Hockey Tournament, so I don't want to talk about Canada anymore. I got home. Was USA supposed to play yesterday? No, the day before.
No, the day before, yeah.
And so I hurried up, got home, moved all my snow, did everything I could. I ran in the house at 20 after 3 thinking, okay, I think it starts at 3:30. So I Googled it just to make sure. Nah, it's been canceled. They had to forfeit. And then last night it comes across the news because of a couple of people testing positive for COVID that they shut this down. And it just bothers the hell out of me. But anyway, you, I would imagine, got your start racing because of the old man.
Yes, sir.
Did you get right into the lightning sprints? Tell us how your racing career
Yeah.
unfolded here, Wesley.
So we were racing down in Iowa and southern Minnesota in the early 2000s, and one night they had a pit crew race, and my dad said, "Do you want to get in my car tonight?" I thought he was joking because he had the fastest car out there. That night, actually, he went from the last place to right to first in the first lap. And I was looking at him, and my mom kind of looked at me and said, if you want to do it, let's do it. So they ran around trying to find me a helmet in the pits because they couldn't fit my dad's. And we went out there, and it kind of scared me at first because it would go into the corner and it would turn 18.5 and not stop then. And I come back in, and he said, well, what's wrong with you? And I said, this thing's fast. It's scary. I was only 12 at the time, so, you know, that car was wicked to me. And they decided they were going to put a car together for me, and they put a 600 together, and I raced it a few times then. And then when we moved back up to northern Minnesota, we kind of got away from it for a while. And then Greenbush closed and Devil's Lakes opened. So I said to my dad, do you want to buy a few race cars? He said, yeah, sure, let's do it. So we went out there and bought a couple cars in North Dakota and went racing. And I've been nonstop for a few years, and then I quit for a little while, and then I got back into it last year.
Does it help that this organization now, I mean, you guys got your crap together, this Lightning Sprint group. You guys are all over the place now. You got the shootout again where you bring all these people in from the West Coast, but it makes it a lot nicer when you got your poop in a group. I mean, having people like Amanda Joe and having people like Jason and guys like that. You guys got a legit deal going on here now, and that's got to make things a lot more fun, doesn't it?
Oh, yeah, yes, yeah. We have a good group of guys that race, and good group of people behind us that make the show happen for us. I mean, any given night, if you crash and you need a part, I'm sure anybody in the pits would help you out. You can ask anybody. We do really fun stuff with that group.
We talking about the Chili Bowl. Jason Berg, by the way, texted and said we asked to be added. They said no, capitalized no. Well, that's too bad. Now Wesley hit on this, Paul. When you get going, when you start, or even if you have bad luck one night and you need help, and we hear this from every class, every group that we bring in, they're all like a family. They're all willing to help. Now with you, basically starting from scratch. I mean, you had a little bit of seat time in a go-kart, and you get it. And I still remember when you told me about this. I'm getting a Lightning Sprint. We're going to do this. How hard was it for you to get started? Were the guys willing to give you hints and helping hands and things like that? Or was this kind of, well, pull up your pants and let's figure this out on my own?
Well, I didn't have any problems asking anyone, and no one would ever give us a hard time about asking. They want you to be competitive. But they don't want you to win, I guess. If that, just like every other class, they want, it's more fun when they want to win, but they want to be like, they want to battle for it.
Sure.
So yeah, I didn't have any issues with anyone helping me out. Actually, in the shootout, I rolled my car down in Buffalo River, and I completely destroyed the top wing, and, Weston and Jason Olson let me borrow their wing to get out for the rest of the night. And then I did the same thing up in Greenbush, and the Trzynski's let me borrow a wing up there. Like that's our class. If you need a part, they'll help you out. I borrowed radius rods and Hymens, and and I gave other people stuff too.
I remember your very first weekend of that not the season you started, but like we kind of like came out on the very last weekend of Greenbush.
The last two races last year.
That was quite the weekend for you.
Yeah, first race out ever. My very first race out ever. My car caught on fire.
And you didn't even know it was you. There's two 16s.
Yeah, there was two 16s out there, and they throw the red flag, and they're like, "Black 16, you're on fire. Black 16, you're on fire." And I'm focusing because it's my first time ever in this car, and I didn't think anything of it. And also, I'm like, "Oh, that's me." So I stop, and the firefighters came up with the fire extinguisher, and what do you look? I'm like, "Do I need to get out of the car?" Like, I'm not good at getting in and out of this car yet because they're quite a bit more difficult than a go-kart. And he comes up, he's holding the fire extinguisher. He goes, "Oh man, it's out. I really wanted to use this thing."
Oh, jeez.
That's how I met Paul.
Yep.
So his car was on fire.
That's a great story.
I'm like, is he gonna come back after this?
Oh,
That was my first thought.
And actually, so that was another one you were asking about, like borrowing parts and stuff like that. So my first race ever, I found out that my engine actually had a bad oil pump in it. So it was a 2-day show. On Saturday, I found out it had a bad oil pump. So I was just going to be like, okay, I'm just going to watch on Sunday. Well, I got a call from Alan Jasinski Sunday morning. He's like, hey, get your car back up here. I have an oil pump. It only takes about an hour to throw this thing in. We can have you running by the end of the night. So my very first race, I ended up getting parts. Like, that's how fast this group like brings you in. And it's family. It is. Like, I wouldn't be in another class.
You know, so many people think it's so cutthroat. You know, do anything you can to win, but it's really not that way when you look behind the scenes.
No, especially in our, like I said, in our class, we're not the big expensive classes. It's very affordable to run in our class, and people want more people in the class because more people is more fun.
You know, I years ago when they used to run them here on a weekly basis, I was working on a deal through Arctic Cat, and that's when Brian Sturgeon used to come up here and he'd win all the time, and that's when they were messing with they were just starting to get into the fuel injection, and that car would smoke, and it would but he kicked the crap out of everybody all the time. And so I thought I had a deal worked out. I was going to buy the chassis. Arctic was going to give me a couple of motors and a mechanic to help me out. And I said, okay, what happens? Because I knew he was blowing up motors a lot. And I did run into him this last year, and he claimed he didn't, but I knew they were. And so I told those guys, what happens after these 2 motors are done in a month, you know? And he's, well, then you're on your own. And then I just said, no, I can't afford to do that. With you now, because your dad is up in Hibbing.
Yep.
So do you have anybody helping you back in Fargo working on your stuff, or is it kind of a solo gig?
I have my really 2 good friends, Robert and Alicia, that they let me use their garage when I have the car there in the summertime, and we work on it there. Otherwise, it goes back to my mom and dad's place during the wintertime, and they work on it. This summer now, I didn't really have a pickup until late fall, so my parents pulled my trailer.
Oh, wow.
Their trailer. I'll get yelled at for that. Their trailer
right.
with my car in it.
Okay.
And my brother worked on it during the week to get it ready to go, and I would go over there sometimes during the week and work on it, and they'd pull her back out.
And that's
here
not
for
a
me.
short drive from Fargo to Hibbing.
No, she's 6 hours.
Oof.
His
Oof.
parents are very dedicated, and his brother, like, they are very family.
Yeah.
That whole crew is like,
So
they're always jumping
my
in.
dad, he raced opening night at Greenbush.
Okay.
So he's been in racing all his life. So he's very.
You're talking way back in the day.
Oh yeah.
Yeah, I used to work on an
90,
A-mod. We
90, I
ran
think
up
they
there every
opened,
week.
right? I think they opened in 90. or
Yeah, that
89.
probably would have been
That
right
sounds
around there.
Yeah.
Early 90s.
Yeah, because I was.
Because Hollock raced them. And,
Yep.
and the Lightning Sprints were 270 Polaris motors. And then they went over to the 600s at Greenbush, and then my dad got away from the 2-strokes and went to the 4-stroke after that.
Well, you know, the Wall brothers have a lot of say when it comes to any kind of a racing thing around Greenbush. And boy, I tell you what, Dave Wall, boy, that guy could race. And Dermot Wall, one of the best wrenches I think I've ever known in my life. And these guys, since I was a kid, back in the snowmobile racing days, Wall brothers they were it. They're the bomb. What about you? You work on your stuff solo? You got anybody helping you in the shop?
Well, I mean, it's kind of, I invite my friends if they want to come out, but no, I'm the primary wrench on my car, I guess. I was a mechanic for multiple years. I was a Harley mechanic for about 5 years.
Yeah,
or
he's
so,
usually on his own in the pits too.
Yeah.
Takes care of everything.
Every once in a while, I'll have someone show up. Everyone, if anyone ever wanted to come out and hang out, they're always welcome in my pit. I'm, kind of an open door policy, but I fly solo quite a bit. And
Yeah,
this
because
is what it is.
I remember that's how I met you. You were a motorcycle mechanic. I think when I first met you.
Yep.
Some people go to the bar for lunch. Some people don't go to the bar at lunch for lunch, like me. But that's how I met you. You and Everett, I believe. And and we got to be friends after that. I got a couple of more texts here. Let's see. Greenbush, by the way, according to Keith Cumming. Thanks, Keith.
Ooh,
Opened in 1991.
91, yep.
There you go. Early
I
90s.
knew it was early 90s.
Keith would know.
Yeah, he would know. Greg says that's the greatest thing about racing. Yeah, temps rise during accidents. For the most part, they are family and are always ready to help. Thank you very much. Steven Ader. Hey, Amanda Jo Enright.
I miss him.
I've been to Fargo. Hi, Steven Ader. I've been to Fargo twice now in the last, I don't know, couple of months, and my son lives not far away from the grocery store where Stevenator works. And so I ran it both times I was there. I happened to run into Stevenator, and we are going to get you on the show here.
You need to. He's the absolute best.
Oh, I know. Love the guy. Love the guy.
Now that I know he works there, I'm going to go bug him.
Yeah, I think it's
That's
Hornbachers.
right, you're in Fargo. I forget that.
Yeah, Hornbachers, and I can't remember the street, but my kid lives off of 52nd. He's way in the south end, somewhere around there.
He's down on 52nd and like probably 45th.
Something like that.
Yep.
Something like that. We're going to take a quick break here. Got to talk about Valvoline Instant Oil Change. You know, life doesn't ever seem to slow down. You know, everything needs to be done like now or yesterday or whenever. Well, when you got to get an oil change, stop into Valvoline Instant Oil Change. You're not going to spend all day there, all right? Most of their oil changes are done within about 15 minutes. They do coolant, tranny and coolant flushes, tire rotations, batteries. When you go in for an oil change, I drive up. I never have to even get out of my truck. They usually bring me right in. They change oil, and while they're doing that, they top off my fluids. They check my tires, battery, lights, wipers, cabin air filter. They also give discounts for fleets, and if you're in the military, you'll get a discount. They get text and email invoices and coupons. And if you do bring your car in there for an oil change, mention you heard this ad on Grand Forks Best Source. They'll knock $10 off your oil change. What a great deal. They're open 7 days a week, no appointment needed. Pickup and deliveries available if you live here in Grand Forks. Come to Valvoline Instant Oil Change for a complete oil change and more. 3325 South 38th Street, or you can call them 701-780-8462. Make sure you tell them Grand Forks Best Source sent you. Amanda Joe Enright, Paul Ericson, Wesley Van Drunen, all in the studio today. Let's get into the dirt now. When you started racing, I know it's hard to get into any class, any kind of dirt track racing. If you were to give yourself a grade for your first year, Paul, what would you give yourself for a grade?
I guess I didn't think of it. I haven't thought of it. C, I guess.
Okay.
Pretty average.
That's what I would say,
Yeah. I didn't go out and win a race, or, I didn't win the points championship, but I didn't fall flat on my face. Kind of, I learned a lot. I guess that was my only goals for the season. I didn't really have any goals for like taking first place. I set very realistic goals. I needed to learn about suspensions and what tire pressures do and things like that. So that was more what I was going out there for this season. I didn't.
Are you more of a, I don't care if I don't win a race, I just don't want to look like a dip crap out there?
Well, kind of.
That's how I'd be.
My big thing was especially this year, is I wasn't necessarily trying to race the other cars as much as I was trying to just race myself in the track.
Sure.
It was every time I went to a track, I wanted my lap times to be better than they were the time before. Now, granted, dirt track, the track changes all the time, but I never was like, oh, I need to beat Wesley in a race. It was, I need to beat myself on my last lap.
And you stay consistent on the track. He wouldn't be all over the track like,
Yeah.
Right.
some rookies are their first year. You
I
definitely, I watched you grow a lot from being on fire in Greenbush to where you are now. That is for sure.
Yeah.
I think the biggest accomplishment of his last year was that he got back in the car after rolling it at Buffalo River.
Yeah.
That's the
Not
biggest
both
thing.
times.
Yeah.
And
So yeah, I
Greenbush
rolled it
too.
in Buffalo River, and then literally the next time I got in the car, I rolled it again in Greenbush. Put a
He's
brand new
on wings, brand new wings. That's right.
put a brand new wing on the car in the first race, in the first heat. The track was just really tacky. We got a lot of rain, and I thought I was just being kind of wimpy. So I was like, oh, I'll give it some throttle and get it to go around this corner. Well, I ended up biking it, and she rolled again. So yeah, wrong answer.
Was it enough to ring your bell?
So the first one actually was a pretty slow roll. Actually, there was a guy who he just wrapped it around going between turns 1 and 2 down in Buffalo River, and I tried to cut underneath him, and my right rear caught his right rear, and it just kind of bloop and over. It wasn't much of anything. The second one, like I said, I was trying to give it a little bit more throttle, so that one kind of bucked me back and forth. And that one, I mean, it didn't hurt or anything, but I felt that one more than the first one. The first one, I actually landed back on the tires and I drove it off the track.
Oh, okay.
The second one, I probably could have drove it off the track, but like I said, it was a little bit more aggressive. So I was like, I'll just get pushed.
Sure.
I gotta say, he's usually smiling at the end of every night. I don't ever see him get upset much.
Yeah.
Even when I rolled it, I don't think
Yeah,
I was
you were
like,
smiling
I
after
don't think
that.
I was mad. Actually, she'll be really upset if I didn't mention it, but one of my good buddies up there, Jed, his daughter's name is Delaney, and she started crying when I rolled.
Oh, boy.
She thought I was like going to the hospital. So yeah, she was, but yeah, she came down to the pits afterwards, and big hugs and big smiles. And, yeah, I don't know. It's a happy place. I don't ever want to be upside at a track, I guess.
I love that answer from race car drivers.
It
It's
was
my happy
funny.
place.
Like the wing that you put on was brand new, and you hadn't even lettered it or anything.
Yeah,
You're
no.
like, look at this, it's new.
It was still it wasn't powder coated actually. So I was going up to race for that weekend, and then we had a couple of weeks off or something like that. So I was gonna do the weekend, and then I was gonna bring it over to ProTech, and Fang was gonna powder coat it for me. Well, after that weekend, I had to text Fang. I was like, "Yeah, don't worry about the wing. It's I don't need to get it powder coated anymore. I rolled it." And he goes, "Man, you need to put some skateboard wheels on that or something like that."
Fang's a great guy.
Oh yeah,
Great
he's
guy.
awesome. I got my wings over there right now. Actually, I had to put 2 more together,
Yeah.
so I got a backup.
Yeah. Wesley, you've been doing this a little bit longer. Have you ever been in one of those crashes where you just go, wow, that was crazy?
No, not really. We had one night at Devil's Lake. They let us out on the track there, and the lightning hit, and it cut the power, and you could barely see the green flag when they flagged it.
Oh, yeah.
So we went around one time and right back into 3 and 4, and I hooked that rut that's still there to this day.
Oh, that rut.
Oh, it's nasty, and it put me into another car and then into the wall. And actually, Dexter, he got me right on the tailbone, right underneath.
Oh.
Because I was up on the side. But I've never really had one of the moments yet.
Not yet.
He's a
He
very
says that
clean.
yet.
He's a very clean driver, Wesley. I'll give him that.
Yeah. A couple of more texts here. Travis Strandell, was fun to watch these guys race and progress this year. Big shout out to Paul and Wesley. Keep up the good work. Jason Berg, Paul has done a great job getting back on the horse and improved weekly. Wesley has his new hot rod dialed in, and 2022 will be tough, I would bet. Got a new one?
So last year, or 2 years ago now, I bought my old car back from a friend up north, and we were having trouble with it, and Amanda can relate to this because every week she'd push me off the track.
We got to hang out inside the track together.
Yep.
Oh, okay.
Very lots in Greenbush.
That was my
Yep.
first year with Wesley.
The
hanging
sit
out.
and wait and watch?
I got to teach her how to push a lightning sprint.
Yeah,
that
he
year.
did. He was right. He taught me how to push my first sprint car. That's right.
Yeah, we had lots of trouble with that car, and we kind of found out that the frame was kind of broke and it was throwing everything off. So we kind of put that car to the side, and I went out and bought a new 2015 to me,
Ooh, wow.
and we've been working on that a little bit. We kind of had some bad luck at the beginning of the year. It wasn't quite the car the guy told me it was. We blew up a motor, but after that, we've actually come back and did a lot of top 5s this year.
Came back real strong.
Now, do you have a favorite track?
I'm partial to River Cities here in
Yeah.
town. I was born and raised in Grand Forks, so before I started racing, I was at the track almost every Friday anyway.
You know, with the lightning sprints, you talk about bull rings and bigger tracks and things like that. The smaller tracks, I would imagine, would be more suitable to you guys. But I hear this a lot from the lightning sprint drivers because you don't get to come to Grand Forks that often. But are you like that too? Because most of the guys I talk to, they love coming here.
I love coming here. Grand Forks is the only place I've ever seen a lightning sprint ride a wheelie.
Yeah?
Yep. So when they got them super tacky, our cars will ride wheelies.
Do you prefer tacky or not?
It depends.
Because, like Paul said, you get super tacky, things happen.
Yes. And they had, for our 4-day show, they had the track super tacky for us, and it was a little tough on our cars. We couldn't loosen them up quite a bit. Other than that, I like dry slick quite a bit because it brings out the talent in the driver.
Sure it does, yeah.
Oh, yeah.
It puts everybody more in a little bit of an even playing field, I think.
Yes.
Driver talent has a lot more to do with a dry, slick track.
Yeah, and especially when you have my father behind me that has won championships and won races back to back. He will get up beside the car when I come in from the track and say, "Well, why didn't you go to the cushion? Nobody was up there. Go up there. Why didn't you do this? Why didn't you do that? You should have did it this way." So I learn a lot from him when we go to tracks, and he teaches me, and especially Greenbush. And he's been racing there since the 90s, and he knows that track. So when I come in from the track there, he'd be like, "Well, I used to race the top. Why aren't you up there? Nobody else is up there.
We'll get to watch him do it next year.
Yes, yeah.
Is he going to run for points?
I don't know if he'll run for points, but he will run to come race and have fun and stuff like that. I don't know if he's going to do points. We're kind of going to do a traveling gig this year. We're going to run Wisconsin
Oh,
a little bit this year, and then we're going to do Missouri earlier in the
cool.
spring.
Yeah. Now, when you mentioned the cushion, a lot of newer drivers, it's hard for them to work their way up.
It is very hard.
Have you found that out? Do you get comfortable running up there, or are you yet to still make it there?
I'm still kind of stay by the tires kind of guy right now.
Oh, you've gotten in the middle a lot more now, though.
Yeah, well, so, and then that's the other one that you were talking about tracks. Like Buffalo River and Greenbush, since they are a little bit more of a tighter track, I feel those are a little bit more suited for our cars.
Yep.
Because then we can get up on a cushion and actually run it. Like here in town, we're running middle track to tires. And Devil's Lake is pretty similar. They're bigger tracks for us. But yeah, it's
and you know,
Buffalo River, I'll get on the cushion a little bit. More on 1 and 2 side.
Sure.
That 3 and 4 side with those tires there, that's a little intimidating still.
Yeah,
but
ask Jason about that.
The wall bit me this year.
the wall
wall
of
did
tires.
bite you
Yeah,
this
I
year.
got Jacob's ladder bent up this year there.
It
But-
really bit Jason this year.
Yeah, those are. I've played with it a little bit, I guess, more in the heats than I did in the feature. But
and you know, if you're up on the cushion at River City Speedway, that's kind of intimidating because that's a long way down. If you
yeah,
go up and over,
just walking that track,
I
you know,
know.
going like when you like watching the races and you just go back to the pits, you're like, that's a lot steeper than it looks from the stands.
At least it is not as high as it used to be.
yeah,
Right.
no, they've done. Yeah, it was getting pretty wicked there for a while. Oh, by the way, Heather, I'm glad you're up and watching. Heather McDonald says, "Hello, racing peeps."
She was up early again today,
I think she gets up early all the time.
skating.
Yep,
Yeah.
skating.
Get those early morning Snapchats from her.
Yeah. I wanted to ask you this: if you had a choice, Harley or Lightning Sprint?
Ooh.
Yeah, this would be a good one. What would it be?
If I had to pick between the Harley and the Lightning Sprint,
Living up here.
it's the same season. That's the problem.
I know.
A Lightning Sprint with a Harley engine.
Okay, we'll take that.
That's a compromise.
I knew he'd figure a way out of this.
Yeah. It's pretty good.
Another couple of things that we started doing here with the Racer Wives series. People try to figure you guys out. Race car drivers are a different breed. I mean, let's face it, they're a little bit different. So I'm going to ask you a couple of questions. I want a quick answer. All right. Favorite food?
Pizza.
Favorite band?
Parkway Drive.
Favorite color?
Red.
Favorite drink?
Beer.
Okay. All right. Wesley? Favorite food?
Spaghetti.
Okay. Favorite band?
Brooks and Dunn.
Wow. Favorite color?
Navy blue.
Okay. And drink?
It'd be beer for me too.
Okay. All right. Well, that'd be 3 of us if you were asking me. Amanda Joe, let's go to you now. Favorite food?
I'm gonna go with Paul and say pizza.
Okay. Band?
Imagine Dragons.
Oh, okay. Favorite color?
Pink.
Favorite drink?
I'm more of a cider person
Okay.
as far as beer goes. So
Okay.
I'd say cider.
Okay. I think beer won out
Yeah.
today, boys.
That's 4 for 4 on that one.
There you go. A couple of more texts here. Let's see. Daryl. Hi, John and crew. First time caught you live in a while. Dirty Thursday. Great show always. Missed the great racing. Hopefully this summer. Penning Border BS. Thirsty for some beers with you and Chad. Take care. And, and Happy New Year, everyone at GFBS. Pissed about hockey, too. Daryl, one of the Canadian friends we have up there. I miss the Canadians so bad.
So do we do for this club especially.
Yeah, I mean, for one thing, they're so passionate about dirt track racing, and they like to have fun. I miss going down to Little Canada. Hopefully, they get this crap taken care of up here at the border. It might be a little better this year, huh?
I hope so, because we would like to get some of those drivers back with us. It's been, 3 seasons now?
Well, we did shows. Let's see, we did some Zoom shows with some Canadian drivers, and I have yet to have them make it here to autograph their pictures. Otherwise, they go on the Dusso Photography Wall of Fame, and I will be asking for pictures for you guys from Bobby Dusso, too. So when I run into you at the track this summer, we're going to have those figured out. Best night of racing for you in a young career?
My personal best, I believe, was our last night in Devil's Lake. I struggled with tackier tracks the whole season. It's just kind of my Achilles heel right now. And that night, I finally got my car to loosen up enough where I was getting it to throw into a corner, and actually, I was racing, not lifting, and I was just like inside my helmet. I was just grinning from ear to ear.
Yeah.
So,
It's fun when you kind of start to finally figure it out, isn't it?
yeah.
What about you, Wesley? Favorite night
This season?
ever?
Oh, ever. I would say probably this season on the 4-day show at Ada. We were having a little bit of trouble, and here to find out, my dad put the fuel filter in backwards, and I put it on wrong. So it was causing us a little lag coming into the corners on the end of the straight stretch. We still went from 20th to 10th that night.
Wow. That reminds me of, it was at the go-kart track this year, and I can't remember if it was during the sights or not, but I was watching Jackson Dobmeyer out there, and he was having all kinds of problems. He couldn't get hooked up, whatever. Mark is in there trying to figure out what the hell's wrong with the car. Well, then here, Mike, I don't know if you heard about this, tire prep stuff you put on the tires in the go-karts.
Yep.
He got them mixed up. Put oil on the tires.
Oh no!
Well, yeah, that'll change the way a go-kart drives.
That makes for a tough race.
Yeah.
I still love to give Mike a hard time about that. Jackson wasn't very happy about it, but
I would imagine
I
not.
wonder if he got fired from tire prep.
Probably.
I told Jackson, I said, "You're old enough. You should be doing this stuff yourself." And he just kind of shrugged his shoulders and looked at me like, "I didn't ask you." No, we were talking about costs. People are always looking for a class to get into racing where they think it's affordable. In my opinion, there's no affordable class of racing anymore.
No.
If you want to get out there, be competitive, what do you got to put into a lightning sprint?
Well, last year I put close to 25,000 into it.
Okay.
But I blew a motor, and we had problems after problems after problems last year. But I bought the car for $12,000.
Wow.
Race ready.
Race ready.
Yeah.
Okay.
With some extra parts. I will actually have some cars for sale this year too. We've got 6 or 7 cars that we're
Holy.
building right now.
You got that many cars?
Yes. We kind of wanted some backups, and we wanted a new car for my dad, but then he decided to bring his old car back out that he won a lot of races in. So I guess we're going to turn around and sell the cars that we did buy this winter.
Okay. How much you got into your setup?
So I actually bought a car, a full roller, and a whole bunch of parts to boot for $5,000.
Okay.
And then I probably have I have 2,500 into my suspension. That's it. That's what I got into it. So 7,500, maybe 10 grand into it.
Okay.
Including safety equipment.
Yep.
So yeah, for me, you're not going to find a quicker class for that kind of price.
No,
You're really not.
and even quicker. I mean, when they're at River City Speedway, you guys are hot lapping very close to like the late model hot lap times.
Actually, our very last race of the year there, that fenderless finale when it was the NOSA boys, us, the Renegades, and then the 3 IMCA classes, Dexter won for our class that night, and Austin Pierce won for the NOSA sprints. And Dexter's lap times were consistently faster than Austin Pierce's.
Wow.
By about a half second.
Yeah. Faster and about 75 grand cheaper.
Right.
Oh, yeah.
But so his lap times were quicker, but that doesn't mean we're hitting the same top speeds. You know,
Right,
like I
sure.
said, in Grand Forks,
You're
we're running more
consistent.
around the inside of the track, and they're running up on the cushion, you know.
When
But
you guys
yeah,
are hooked up, it's right to the nuts the whole way.
Yeah, there's no lifting.
No left up, no lifting. Another nice thing about the lightning sprints, and I'm going to aim this one towards you, Wesley, because you talked about using your dad's trailer. Now, if he's going to get back into racing, I don't know what you're going to do about a trailer, but it's not that big of an issue with a lightning sprint, is it? I mean, you can pull the wing off and throw it on a snowmobile trailer if you wanted to. I mean, you can damn near throw it in a pickup box.
Well, now with you saying that, a very good friend that we had pass away here last spring, he used to pull his race car with his pickup to the racetrack in Greenbush every weekend there for a while.
You mean just pull it?
Just pull it. Yeah, he'd set the front end up on the back of the box, and he would pull it to the races.
No
That
kidding.
sounds like Corey.
Yep. Yep, that'd be who it is. But
Yeah?
yeah, we can haul them on just about anything.
Yeah.
Uh-huh. And I mean, that makes it nice.
Oh, yes.
You know, I remember back in the days, in the old Greenbush days, I used to wrench on an A-Mod, and my buddy had blown up the motor, and we ended up pulling the motor out of his work truck and putting it in the race car and racing, and then coming back and thrashing all the next day to put it back in his work truck so we could go to work on Monday.
There's a guy that won Memorial Weekend in Hibbing. He did that, blew up his mod motor, and he took the motor out of his pickup, and because it was so dry slick, them big expensive motors couldn't keep up with that wore out pickup motor.
Oh, wow.
And he won the whole weekend.
There you go, dry slick. How about this from Samantha Umdahl? Zach Umdahl, I think you need to consider lightning sprints much more affordable.
Sam would miss the 410 class too much.
She would.
Yeah.
She would miss us.
Braden, lightning sprints were definitely a fun class to
I
race.
forget Braden Pengilly started in the lightning sprint.
Yeah. Let's see, Jason Berg. They're fast and fun, but the power of 410 would be awesome. You guys ever, I know you mentioned it, you'd like to go do something like that. You ever tickle the idea, maybe going up to a big sprint car?
I originally kind of thought about it. I do want to try to race one time in a 410. Like Chili Bowl and racing with the Outlaws in a 410 would be goals, like I said. But for overall seasons, I don't think I'll ever like try to jump up to a full size sprint. If I did, maybe the Renegade class. But then even then, like you don't just need your car; you need a 4-wheeler to be able to start it. You need you know, they are a little bit more expensive. You know, I would maybe even need a bigger trailer. I have a 21-foot trailer that I pull my little car in. You know, I got a full-size toolbox in it. I got everything that I need right there at the track. I don't know if I'd be able to get everything into my trailer with a big car because, like I said, I need a 4-wheeler and then I need the car and
A lot more added expense, not just the race car itself.
right.
How about you, Wesley? Ever think about maybe jumping classes to something different?
Maybe.
Would you stay open wheel, or would you
would-
put some fenders on a car?
I would never put fenders on a car.
Okay.
I'm strictly open wheel. I would probably go up to a 410 if I could.
Yeah, a lot of money. You know,
Yeah.
you're talking, well, hopefully major sponsorship, but would it be that much of a jump going from a Lightning to I mean, of course, you're going to have a little seat time to get used to the differences, but I think once you learn how to run a Lightning sprint and get this thing dialed in and figured out and learn how to set your car up, I mean, it's just the same but faster, or am I completely way off here?
We used to be 1/10 of a second slower than the fastest big sprint at Grand Forks when we'd come here in the 90s. So, I mean, for the cost ratio, you're looking at quite a bit more for a sprint car if you want to be competitive. I don't know if I'll quite do it, but maybe I'll buy one for my father so he can race it yet. Mm-hmm. He's been in a 360 and he can drive.
You can wheel those too, huh?
Oh, put him in anything.
Yeah.
He's one of them guys that he can read that track so well.
I want to meet his dad.
His dad, his parents, his mom, she's adorable. I just adore her.
My mom is the backbone to us.
I was gonna say that she definitely is the backbone.
She would. My dad was home late for the 4-day show, and he wanted to sleep at home before he came from over the road. And she told him, "No, you get out here."
I'm gonna say because you guys are always the first ones to the track. It seems like
Most weekends, yeah. Dad likes to be early if he's home
and
early.
I think I'm early because I work at most tracks, and then I'm like, oh, there's Wesley's family.
Sometimes there's still a little bit of prepping we have to do. We don't get everything done at home all the time.
Sure. That's usually the way it goes, though. Kaylee Elizabeth, if a person is thinking about putting a 12-year-old in a Lightning sprint, is use the way to go, or should a person just go all out and buy new? Jason Berg says there's something to be said. Start with good equipment. That being said, if you find one well-maintained with good notes, use every chance for a test and tune possible. Braden says, I started in a Lightning sprint at 12. Also depends on driving experience. Always a good option to start used. And if they really like it, definitely start buying new and better. Heather McDonald, take the top off and be a Renegade. They have less than 10 grand in their Renegade operation.
I don't know who it was, but I heard there was one Renegade the first year that they were going that he had like a whole $2,700 into his Renegade.
Yeah.
And he was competitive. Like that would, like I said, if I went to another class, that would probably be one that I would consider just because they're not super expensive, I guess. Like,
Yeah, well, they don't have all the lightweight parts and all of that
Right.
stuff. You can get by with a 15-year-old chassis,
right.
and still be competitive. I love the open wheel stuff. These Western Renegades, I've always thought, if I was going to maybe get back into it, that's something I would like. But the only thing that has scared me is 2 wrecks now, and I was lucky enough to be gone both nights that happened. But that there's a lot to be said about a wing on top of a sprint car, especially if you're rolling and cartwheeling down a racetrack. It absorbs a lot of the punishment, and unfortunately, we saw some pretty bad wrecks, and that's what scares me. But I tell you what, year 2 into those guys' deal, they get better and better all the time.
They put on a really good show. I enjoy watching those guys. They're a lot of fun. If I'm not busy working on my car, like if I got everything ready for the race and they're at the same track, I'll try to watch their shows because they put on they're sliding around more than wing cars. They're a lot of fun.
They're competitive with each other, that's for sure.
Right, and I like that they're not a points class, so there's no animosity. They don't have the tempers. They're a really calm, cool class.
They're just out there racing every night.
Right.
What happens, happens.
Yeah, they're just having fun.
Yeah. You ever think you'd get into something like that?
If they went wing, I would.
Yeah, if they went wing?
If they went wing.
Okay.
Yeah.
Kind of like...
They do.
The
Some-
Northern Renegades.
Yeah, on a few.
Yeah, the
out
Northerns
in
too.
Wisconsin and Grand Rapids.
Well,
I think
even
they
in like
race at.
Bemidji, like the Northern
Bemidji.
Renegades, there's a couple guys from the Westerns, like Adam Sobolik. He ended up going over and he put some wings on for the first time this year on his car.
Yeah,
that'd be a lot of fun to watch.
I would go into them if they went wing.
Why is the wing so important for you?
Down pressure.
Yeah, just keep you glued to the track a little bit better.
Yeah, I don't think I'd be quite into that sliding on the track thing.
I still think that we need to run one or two races this year without wings on our cars.
Oh, I'm pretty sure that'd be great. I know the guys out in California
Right.
want us to.
It would be quite interesting.
It would change the dynamics a lot. I think.
I think so.
I don't know if Dexter would be able to be as dominant.
I think that's a challenge to Dexter right there.
There you go. There you go. The challenge. We're getting close on time, but the one thing I always try to do is give the guests on the show a chance to thank the people that help them, their sponsors. I don't know if you guys have got anything lined up for the new season yet, but thank everybody that's helped you out, Paul.
So I absolutely have to thank my sponsors. I got Abco Tools. He's also my employer. Bosch's Gun Sales. My former manager, Ken Schaub. He's FFL. I got Golden Rule Auto Sales. Brian and the boys over at Golden Rule, great people. They do all my car work. Hex Farms, Hex Egg Sales, good friends of mine. Vanilla Cycles, they were one of the first ones that ever came on board. He's a chopper restoration motorcycle choppers. And then I got Warner Farms, again, just really good friends, great people.
How important is it to have the sponsorship?
It's quite important, especially when you roll your car twice.
Yeah.
You need some help. This isn't necessarily the cheapest hobby I have. So yeah, having all the help that I can get, I appreciate all of them. It's also really cool to help your friends out, I guess, because I know all of these people personally. So throwing their names on my cars, it helps. I miss Petopia too.
Oh, sure.
Yep, Petopia.
You plan on doing double duty again this next season? Are you going to keep doing it as long as you can, the go-karts and the lightning sprints?
Well, I got to get the go-kart fixed.
Yeah.
I put it into the back wall and broke the front clip on it. They got some water barrels up along the back wall there, and I was going a little bit too fast and caught the loose gravel and got pulled in and broke the front end of that. But I'm gonna try it. I don't know. The lightning sprint is a little bit more of a priority for me now. It's just it's quicker.
Well, yeah.
It's actually, in my opinion, safer.
Well, yeah, it is. You're surrounded by steel.
Seat, 5-point harness, roll cage.
And that is one thing. I don't know if you've ever heard me talk about this, what Donnie Schatz says about the go-kart track here. He said it is, hands down, in his opinion, the best dirt go-kart track in the country. He says every dirt racing go-kart track in the United States should be modeled after the FKA track here. These guys do a great job.
Oh, it's phenomenal. The track prep that they put into it, the condition that it stays in, it's amazing. I can't believe that they keep that track as nice as they do. It's phenomenal to race on. It's a lot of fun, and they're two completely different styles of racing.
Oh yeah, yeah.
Not even close to the same between the two. The only thing that's similar, I guess, is throttle control.
Yeah, yeah. How about you, Wesley? Who do you want to thank? Guys help you with the car, sponsors, all that stuff.
Well, first of all, I want to answer that one person that asked if it was a good class to get into for a 12-year-old, and it very is.
Yeah,
It is.
their daughter is racing go-karts now.
Yes. We it's a good class if she wants to work her way up through. We actually got a lot more tracks this year that I know of, and we stay local to here. It's a very cheap class, and you don't have to pull very far to race every weekend.
Sure. And you're not spending an arm and a leg to pull.
No. We I think we went to Missouri for their last race, and I think I burnt 2 tanks of fuel to go down there to race.
Wow.
Because I had the small trailers.
Yeah.
So
Yep.
it worked out for us.
So maybe Kaylee, you should be thinking about getting the kid a lightning sprint, huh? We know a guy that might have a couple for sale.
Yeah.
Very much
Thank your
so.
sponsors.
So first of all, I got to thank my girlfriend because she lets me spend the money that I can on this stuff. And she would be mad at me if I didn't thank her. And I've got her family supporting me too, and my family. They all support me and give me money for sponsorship. And then my sponsors, I have to thank PML Trucking, WH Trucking Van Drunen, and then we have a couple new ones coming on this year, and I can't quite say them.
Okay.
yet.
And I did want to give you a shout out, Wesley. I love your hat.
Oh, thank you.
There we go. Let's go, Brandon. Now, where's the guy that flipped me off when he walked by a couple weeks ago for wearing a Let's Go Brandon sweatshirt?
I should have wore my sweatshirt.
Yeah. Amanda, Joe, how about your sponsors?
I need sponsors. Anyone want to sponsor my season?
Yeah.
It's not cheap.
No.
Following these guys around.
You had a good Christmas, though, didn't you?
I had a very good Christmas. It was nice. And then everyone in my family got sick. So no.
I was sick the whole time. All during Christmas, I was sick. It's not fun. Huh?
Oh my mom. That I forget Paul's hair gets cut by my mom.
Oh, that's right. I forgot all about that, too.
She reminds me of that quite often, actually.
Yeah, do you have big plans for New Year's Eve?
Confusing
gonna
with
work.
2 Pauls.
I know.
Yeah.
I'm gonna work all weekend. I have to put my weekend in. It's my
No.
holiday.
Okay. How about you? Any plans for New Year's Eve? I call it amateur night.
Yeah, probably just gonna go hang out with some friends down in Fargo, I think.
Okay. And how about you?
Not much, probably work.
Yeah. Do you celebrate Christmas or Boxing Day or both?
Just Christmas.
Yeah.
Yeah, I'm not much into celebrating
Yeah.
Canada stuff anymore.
Oh, okay. Are you gonna be mad if I tell you that you still kind of sound Canadian?
Everybody says that. Everybody says
I didn't
that.
know he's Canadian the first time I met him, and I was like, Sean, I think this guy's
I just found
Canadian.
out like now.
I found out because I was creeping him on Facebook this morning, and I'm like, really? He's from Fort Francis, Ontario? I know that area. And I'm going to answer a couple of quick texts here. Let's see, Kaylee, my only problem is just became lake people, and we'll still have 2 other girls in carts, so it's hard to think of all these weekends away, but I got to support Kenna and her following her dreams. Her dream is to get into a 410. Yeah, lake people. Racing and lake people, it's tough to do both. In fact, the people I know in the last few years that have got out of racing that were really successful because they wanted to be at the lake more. They wanted to have a life in the summer, and I get it. Takes a different person to be a race car driver, to be a race season track worker, to be affiliated with any of these sanctioning bodies, to be an announcer. If you are going to get into racing, that is what your summer involves. It's racing. There's not really much time to do anything else if you want to do it and be good at it, right?
You got to work on it every day of the week
Every day of the week.
if you want to be competitive.
Yep. I'm glad you made the trip down, man, from Fargo. I didn't know you lived in Fargo.
Yeah, we moved there a couple of years ago.
Okay, and I'm glad you got him to come with you.
Yeah.
Both of you guys, thank you so much for coming on the
Thanks for
show.
having me. It's been a lot of fun.
And we're going to get you back on again.
Good.
So let's wait for that win. You got to get one of them this year.
I'm hoping.
Yeah.
That'd be awesome. I'll take it.
Get a hold of me, too. I'd like to come over one time when you're working on your car. Hang
Okay.
out and have a cold one.
Yeah.
And same with you. Next time I'm in Fargo, I know you're probably on the road a lot, but
Yeah, during the summer we take off quite a bit.
Okay.
I do more racing in the summertime and
Mm-hmm.
let everybody else work for me.
sure. Well, that's what you do when you own your own company, right?
Yep.
And Amanda, Joe, what can I say to you? But thank you again. You are a lifesaver.
No problem.
I don't know what procedure Chad's having done this time, but Hopefully he's watching.
He's gonna met his health deductible this year with the insurance.
He's trying to use it all up, you know,
I suppose it
before
is
the
the
end of the year.
last week.
Yeah.
You gotta get it all used up this week.
Yeah, use it or lose it.
Oh, man, I love Dirty Thursdays. Thanks again, guys. Our guests today, co-host, special thanks going out to Amanda Jo Enright, Paul Ericson, and Wesley Van Drunen. Check them out at a favorite racetrack near you. They're going to be going with the Lightning Sprints this year, and these guys are crazy good. Love watching the Lightning Sprints. Hey, big shout out going out to Rumor Sports Bar and Casino. In fact, they opened up a little bit early for me today to go get some cold bush lattes to bring to the studio. And it's Dirty Thursday, right? A lot of things going on there. Wall-to-wall TVs. Maybe you want to go bet on the horses. Maybe you want to go try your luck at some charitable gaming. Home of the world-famous beer tower. Whether you want lunch, maybe you want dinner. They've got different lunch and dinner specials every day of the week. Wednesdays, probably my favorites. $3 pounders all day. You want to go watch some UND sports? You want to watch any sports? You want to go drink some beer? You want to go gamble? Rumor Sports Bar and Casino. BT, Scotty, Jake, the whole crew over there. Absolutely love them. Can see them right out there. Let's see. Busy day today. Midwest Pixel Pros. That comes your way at 1 o'clock this afternoon. 6:30 tonight. Best Forking Sports Arena show comes up, so make sure you catch some of these great shows today. Remember to like, share, tag, and follow us. Hit that notification bell on your smartphone, and you can become a patron on Podbean. You'll qualify for all sorts of giveaways, so check that out. Shout out going out to Katie, the producer, today for bringing us another incredible show. Can't wait for the new racing season. You know, the Grand Cities is a pretty damn cool place. Grand Forks' best source is giving it an identity again.